Welcome back to the Director's Garage. I'm playing cymbals today, I guess. Did y'all like my top 5? I want to do more of those. I kind of enjoyed it. I got some good feedback. They're pretty fun to do. And I think I took it as kind of an opportunity to rethink the sort of graphic direction of the show a little bit. Kind of take it off on a different path for an episode. And that's what this channel's all about. It's just taking the rigidity and the intensity out of this hobby and talking about some music and headphones and having a good time and honestly just being perfectly stupid.
Shut up.
It's a dumb show. But, you know, I appreciate that y'all are here today, and today we've got a blind What's in the Box coming up. But first, I have a studio update and then a headline. Y'all have missed those. Now, the Director's Garage has been going through some data drama this week, to say the least. Now, I don't talk about storage that much, but I keep several types here. The main thing is like these RAID arrays, where you stitch a whole bunch of drives together and they have some redundancy. I use this company called G-RAID. They have this thing called a Shuttle XL, and it's 6 drives stitched together with some redundancy in there. Those are my fast drives. That's what I use to edit these shows on. And then I keep some loose hard drives around here, so Western Digital and the external thing, Seagate. And just to store like backup things from the larger drives. And then I have these 5 drive bays. They're called Drobos. Now, the Drobos are kind of a mid-tier fast drive. They're not really fast enough to handle and edit. They tend to just chunk too much, but they're plenty fast for audio and video playback, and they're redundant. And what I like about the Drobo is that if a drive fails, the drive itself will work around that dead drive until you get around to replacing it. And if you need more storage, you just add larger drives, and none of the drives have to match, so it's super convenient. Now, I've been using Drobos for years, and they're not a sponsor of the show or anything like that. I'm not looking to get, although Drobo, hit me up. Plug in here. But I've been using them for years around here because they are reliable, and it's where I store my music, my video. Obviously I have a ton of music, and then my photo libraries. I'm also a semi-professional photographer, and I've sold some images in the past. I take some celebrity photos, nature stuff, all kinds of things. But last week I noticed that one of the drives had failed. And then it had a warning light that another drive, a second drive, was failing. Well, 2 drive failures is a problem on a Drobo. You can have 1 drive failure. You get a second one, and you're going to start getting into a problem where you might have some data loss. So I ordered 2 new drives, and I replaced the 1 drive, and the Drobo rebuilt itself, the one that had died. And then I pulled the second drive out that was close to failing and replaced it with another larger drive because you get more storage in there as long as I'm at it. And it started rebuilding itself again. Now, each of these rebuilds takes about a day to complete or so, and you can't shut anything down. But about midway through rebuilding this array and getting the redundancy back, the entire housing failed. Like the box that holds the actual drives, that whole thing failed. I've never, ever seen that before. So that's a big problem. Now, I know that if you change Drobo boxes, you can put 5, like an array of 5 drives into the new box, and it will bring the drives right back up on your desktop. But I've never had the box die while the array, the 5 drives, were rebuilding. Like there wasn't a stable pack of 5. So I really was in untested waters, and I had to wait for a week for the new Drobo box to get here. And I gotta tell you, I was more than a little anxious when I turned it on for the first time. And the first thing it did is it jumped into a firmware update, and I went, because everything's flashing and it's like updating. And I'm like, what's going on? So after it reset and restarted itself, sure enough, the 5 drives came back with the 1 flashing drive that was still not integrated into the array of 5, and it just picked up rebuilding the array right where the thing crashed. So gotta score 1 for Drobo on that one. It really, some nerve-wracking moments, but my photo, music, and video libraries are all safe. So that's my story for the week. Now I'm going to move on to an important headline for us Beatles fans. Got lots of news to talk about today. Now, when Peter Jackson released the teaser for his Get Back documentary, that's that 2-hour recut of the 1969 documentary Let It Be. Now, I was all over it. I talked about it at the time here on the Director's Garage. The teaser revealed that Jackson had reassessed the 68 hours of footage that was shot by director Michael Lindsay Hogg, and he pulled never-before-seen footage that sheds new light on those Get Back sessions recorded at Twickenham Studios. And all of that culminated in that famous rooftop concert on Savile Row. Now, it shows the band enjoying the sessions and enjoying playing together, which is a side we'd never seen before. So the teaser was kind of a shot heard around the world. Now, first, the project has been delayed until November. This isn't much of a surprise because every franchise from Bond to Marvel movies have been jockeying for positions in the post-pandemic world. Studios are facing two realities. Folks aren't terribly eager to get back, pardon the pun, to the movie theater experience. And then every major theatrical release is well crafted so that you don't have two tentpole releases competing for media oxygen on their opening weekend. And this is the case with Get Back. The second piece of news is a bit more disappointing, and that's that the project will no longer be appearing on the big screen. Now, I was looking forward to seeing this film in that larger-than-life environment. I'm a bit too young to have been able to experience the original film, or any other Beatles project for that matter, though I did catch a midnight screening of A Hard Day's Night once on the big screen years ago. But I wish there was some form of the project getting that theatrical screening. But in this case, we're out of luck. Now, the third piece of news is really kind of the blockbuster here, and you might kind of say that I buried the lead. Sorry about that.
Get out!
The project will now be released over 3 nights in 2-hour episodes. So think about that, and you're going to quickly realize that this means instead of getting a single 2-hour film, we're now getting to see 6 hours of the 1969 footage, all restored using the most modern techniques available and told in a narrative form by director Peter Jackson. Oh my God. Basically, this is saying that they got the film into the edit bay and realized there was so much good content they were struggling to cut it all down to a 2-hour format. The 3 2-hour episodes will now be streamed on Disney+. And that is your headline for today. Now, on to today's What's in the Box. And this one right here is provided by Audio 46, of course. And did you guys know that you can get 5% off most purchases at Audio 46 by using the coupon code Director's Garage? And you all have done some incredible things. Audio 46 came on in what, like December, January? And you guys have used that coupon code on $20,000 in purchases. I am so thrilled you guys have dropped in and saved some money. There is a lot out there to get excited about, too. You have the bargain Odyssey LCD1, or how about the new Campfire Estelle and Kern collab, the Solaris? Estelle and Kern have a great rep when it comes to doing those collabs, and that's a headphone I can't wait to hear. All of the best brands are available at Audio 46 with free shipping, price matching. Really, it's the place to go if you want the best gear. And the best or the worst may be what's in this box right here. Because you see, this is a blind unboxing. And for the uninitiated, Audio 46 occasionally sends me something to review. But they don't tell me what they're sending me. It's a mystery that they alone know right until we open the box right here on the show. It's some live action. And we're going to get to explore and unravel the mystery together. So what we have here could be a $50 box, it could be a $500 or a $5,000 product, and we've gotten all scope of that. We won't know until we break it open, so, what do you say? Let's get to it right now. I rule the midnight air, the destroyer born. I shall soon be there. Got that one? That's Creeping Death by Metallica off their Ride the Lightning album from 1984. One for you metalheads out there. They kind of did a weird thing on this box. Look, see how it's like got, it stands up like this, so it almost looks like the whole top peels off this way or something. Does it do that? Yeah, okay. All right, so they kind of wrapped Audio 46. Now, you guys know I struggle with my unboxings to begin with, and now you've sent me something that's like a puzzle box just to untape. It's another unboxing down the tubes. Maybe it just comes along the top seam? Yeah, okay. I don't know what it is, but let's give it a shot, right? Oh my God, they sent more. 2 more. First of all, we've got something from Grado. Check that out. And then another one. This looks like another Kinera product. This is the Nanna. Ooh. Now this is a headphone I have been dying to hear. I cannot wait to hear this. And Grados, I've never heard a bad Grado. I don't know that one exists. So I'm very excited to hear what Grado's got going on. So this is quite a pairing, and we've got ourselves some nice unboxings to do today. So we're going to start with the Nanna, because this is the one that, guys, I've been trying to hear these for a long time, and I'm excited. This is major. This has got, and it's right on the front here, it's 2 E-stat tweeters, 1 balanced armature, 1 dynamic driver, 7mm. That's similar to the Norn, but the Norn had balanced armatures. They didn't have E-stats up top. So that's kind of interesting. This is another one of those hexagonal, because I'm from Chicago. Hey! Hexagonal boxes. Here it is. Are you ready? Oh, it's covered by shit. And there we go. There they are. Oh, these are sweet. Wow, it's like a painting. They kind of look like a painting or like one of those sand sculptures. You know when around offices they'd like take sand in a jar and then they pour like a blue layer of sand and then they put like a beige layer on. That's the Nanna. That's what the Nanna looks like. This is really cool. Before I jump into this, let's talk about some of the accoutrements. Oui. Bonjour. And in that we have here's a cable. This feels very moondroppy to me, actually. $1,000. I'd love to see it. I like to see weaves. I like to see 8x weaves on these things. This is a 2x2. I'm not digging the cable right off the bat here. They do have some fantastic adapters. Pentacon to, because this is a Pentacon termination right here. And it goes down to 3.5 or 2.5, so very intentional on Kinera's part. They did this with the Norn. I was very impressed. And what I even liked better about the Norn is that they were 90-degree versions of this. This Kinera, the Nanna, is an older headphone. I know that. And before we get to the prize, let's take a look at a couple of documents. There is a Nanna owner's guide here. It tells you kind of how to do things, which we would never use. However, there is a graph on the back. You know I don't do graphs much, but it looks like a very robust bass, a slightly recessed mid, and then treble kind of wonky all over the place. We'll see what that's like. It also has, like the Norn, one of these fold-out dealios. This whole thing is a story. It's like a fictional story made up behind the Nanna, and there's some QR codes here. You grab those, take a look, see what it is. But I think it's time to look at the prize, don't you? Time to look at the prize, kind of? Yeah. One way or another. All right. Yeah, these things are pretty. Well, that's our show for today. I'm just going to sit here and stare at these for the next 3 hours. Look at these things, man. These are, I can't, okay, we'll do the B-roll, but you'll get the idea. I don't know that they're as captivating as the Norn. The Norn is like, but again, the Norn is the next generation, and I can't wait to see. I'll bet you the next Nanna is going to look a lot different, because the Norn, they wrapped all of that fire and brimstone around the sides of the IEM, whereas this is just clearly a traditional faceplate with the back. But Things to note, there's not much to see on this. There's no dip switches. Looks like a couple little pressure reliefs, but it's a 2-pin arrangement, so you can put any cable you want with it, and that's maybe why they went a little on the cheaper side. But the trend has been lately to higher end cables, and Kinera is one of those brands leading the charge. So I gotta think future releases of the Kinera are gonna have a better cable. So I think that's left to do is we're gonna wire up and fire them up. The Kineras all come with final E. I'll stay true to that. I'll honor their wishes. We're gonna go to a final E tip to put on this thing. Wow, is that a wide bore? I always get worried about it being uncomfortable when you've got a wide bore. Boy, this looks like in the Odin territory wide. So we're gonna pull the K&N8 for today's demonstration. Okay, so we are wired up and we are fired up. I'm going to try these on for the first time and see what they feel like. You know, as wide as they were, they don't feel bad. They do have a deep insertion. Shut up. But they feel pretty good, and they're not like putting a lot of pressure on my ear, and that I think is a good thing. Very good blockage on the to the outside world on this. I definitely appreciate that. And we're going to go to some music now, and we're going to start it off. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm going to do something a little out of the box. We're going to start off with some Foo Fighters, which is not something that I would traditionally go to right away, but I love that Sonic Highways album, and we're going to start off with a song called Congregation. Okay. Heavy bass. But not too much. It's more of a reference bass. Oh, maybe not. No, there's a little kick there. It's a brighter headphone, but not too bright. It doesn't feel like it's shouting at me on this track. Boy, they love to drive loud, though. They feel good. Great imaging. Very impressed so far. This is a good match. It's a good pairing for this headphone. They feel like they like to go loud. This is working for me. I'm gonna check out 2 more songs off this because I love this album so much. I'm gonna go to the In the Clear, and then we'll check out Subterranean. It's a very clean headphone. Like, there is no veil on the top end of this at all. It sounds fantastic. Imaging, good. I'm getting a lot of stereo separation. Feels pretty wide, like the Norn. It's got a wider sound stage. It's fun to listen to some hard rock, something that really has a lot of bite on it. It's really precise. Very precise sound. This is a headphone that needs to go up against the Mest. And it's getting a full sound check. This is a great headphone. There is no question this is in the upper tier of headphones. I've moved on to Subterranean, and there's in the opening bars, there's this kind of swirling around thing happening. It's so cool on this headphone. It's a 3D sound space, and this headphone is nailing it. If you haven't heard the Sonic Highways, go watch the series too. The series Sonic Highways, fantastic. They go into all these different spaces around the country, historic recording spaces and theaters and stuff, tell the story of those places, and they play it, and it's amazing. I'm not sensing any harshness at all, and I'm on hard rock right now. If it's going to get harsh, this is one of the tracks I would expect it to get there on. Let me check out Eric Clapton's Unplugged. This tends to be a really good recording, but it's never had a hi-fi treatment. Like, it's never been released in like 192 or anything. I wish they would treat this album with the dignity that it merits, because it is an outstanding recording. Yeah, it's all there. I mean, there's gorgeous detail, gorgeous clarity, nice imaging. It's beautiful. I got to go to a bass track. So I'm checking out the bass on this by going to Los Lobos, as always, you know, one of my favorite tracks, Dreamin' Blue, for checking out this stuff. Yeah, this has got good thump. It's got that deep slam. I already know these are about the $1,000 range-ish. This is a very well-tuned, well-presented, intricate pair of IEMs. It's an easy recommendation from the Director's Garage. It's like they took my complaints about the Norn and went, oh, have this, except this headphone was created first. It's gorgeous. It's nasty. How about some Joe Jackson? Is she really going out with him? Oh, this is a bad recording. Oh, this is horrible. Well, let's not do this song. All right, we're heading over to Elvis Costello. My Aim Is True. This is Allison. The bass is just solid and it's deep. All of the treble range stuff is hitting with such specificity. It's detailed and purposeful. Some Andra Day. Huge sound on this. The tambourines are hitting way out here. This is Goodbye Goodnight. Off the Cheers to the Fall album. Oh my god. Oh. Good at any volume. That's amazing. I gotta stop here. I'm gonna stop here. All right, I'm gonna stop. Wow, what an experience. What an experience, man. Everything that went into these things just came out like magic. I love opening boxes like this where everything is hitting on all cylinders. That's amazing. Yeah, Kinera's got something very special on their hands with the Nanna. That is an amazing set. Wow. Well, I want to thank you guys for stopping by the Director's Garage today. I hope you enjoyed the unboxing of the Kinera Nanna. I'm going to leave the Grados for our next episode. I'll do a little something, or maybe it'll be the episode after, but we'll unbox these another time. I don't want to short shift these, and these Nannas deserved all of our attention today, and the episode's getting long enough already. So we're gonna hold the Grados for another day. But I want to give a special shout out to Audio 46 for providing today's What's in the Box episode. They are the absolute very best in the business. So now we've got some work cut out for us, because coming up now we're going to do a sound check and a shootout with the Kinera Nanna. We'll have the unboxing of the Grados, and I'm going to get into some music, because it's summer, there's always some music playing, and I don't get enough time with these amazing rigs. And one of my favorite genres specifically in the summer is soul and the sounds of Motown. So I've been planning an episode where we do a deep dive into Motown and take a look at where it came from and how it all evolved and where these sounds came from. It's a fascinating story, and I can't wait to share that with you. Now, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the Director's Garage. We're closing in on a milestone. We're 1.9. We're heading to 2,000 subscribers, and I know that's pretty pathetic for most YouTubers. Like 2,000 is like, well, really? Because, like Casey's at like 13 million and you're at, 2,000. Welcome to the club, jerkwad. But what, I'm doing my best here, and we're growing, and I love the fact that we're growing and you guys are watching. So it's been fun, and I really enjoy it. I do have a bunch of stuff I'm going to give away, so if you're subscribed, you won't miss a thing. And I'm also going to be doing, to celebrate that 2000th, we're going to be doing a mega shootout between 4 uber class headphones. We've got the Meze Empyrean, the Abyss Phi, the Stax 009S and its Blue Hawaii Energizer, And then we've got the current Director's Garage Champ. These right here, the Focal Utopia. Huh? And stuff is going to get sold as a result of this. It's going to be an epic shootout. I don't want you to miss it, so make sure you're subscribed. Now, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's show.
Gosh.
Or do the other thing if you think I chunked it. As usual, I can't say I blame you either way, but I will see you before you know it.